Rain pounding against the windows like a relentless drumbeat, Emily stared at the stranger slumped on her doorstep, his clothes soaked through and his eyes hollow with exhaustion. She was just a poor single sister, scraping by in a tiny apartment after losing her job and her parents in a tragic accident years ago, raising her little brother on nothing but grit and goodwill. Little did she know, this act of kindness, letting a mysterious man crash on her couch, would unravel her world and reveal a secret that could change everything. But hold on, dear viewer, because by the end of this story, you'll be wiping away tears and feeling that spark of hope in your chest. If you're already hooked, smash that like button right now and subscribe to the channel for more heartwarming tales that remind us of the magic in everyday miracles. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next one. Emily Thompson had always been the kind of person who wore her heart on her sleeve, even when life kept punching her in the gut. At 28, she was the sole guardian to her 10-year-old brother, Tommy, after their parents died in a car crash 5 years earlier. The inheritance? A mountain of debt and a rundown apartment in the sketchy part of Chicago. Emily worked 2 jobs, waitressing by day and freelancing graphic design gigs at night, but the bills piled up like snow in a blizzard. Her days blurred into a cycle of ramen noodles, second-hand clothes, and forcing a smile for Tommy's sake. "We're gonna make it, kiddo," she'd say, ruffling his hair, but inside, she felt like she was drowning. That fateful night started like any other. Emily had just tucked Tommy into bed when a knock echoed through the thin walls. Peeking through the peephole, she saw a man in his early 30s, drenched and shivering, his dark hair plastered to his forehead. He looked harmless enough, tall, broad-shouldered, with a jawline that could cut glass, but there was something haunted in his eyes. "Please," he muttered when she cracked the door. "I got mugged. Lost my wallet, my phone. Just need a place to dry off till morning. I swear, I'm not trouble." Her instincts screamed caution. She was a single woman with a child to protect. But then she remembered her mother's words, "Kindness is the only currency that never runs out." Sighing, Emily let him in, handing him a towel and pointing to the lumpy couch. "One night," she said firmly. "And stay quiet, my brother's sleeping." He nodded gratefully, introducing himself as Alex, no last name. As he settled in, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that he was hiding something. His clothes, though wet, looked expensive, tailored pants, a watch that gleamed even in the dim light. But she pushed the thought away, paranoia wouldn't pay the rent. The next morning, Emily woke to the smell of coffee brewing. Alex was in the kitchen, flipping pancakes with Tommy giggling beside him. He said he used to cook for his family. Tommy beamed. Emily's heart softened a fraction. Alex thanked her profusely, promising to leave soon, but when he tried to call for a ride, his replacement phone wouldn't work, some story about a dead battery. One night turned into 2, then 3. He helped around the apartment, fixing the leaky faucet she'd ignored for months, playing catch with Tommy in the hallway, even sharing stories that made Emily laugh for the first time in ages. But challenges loomed like storm clouds. Emily's landlord, Mr. Hargrove, a grumpy old man with a heart of stone, pounded on the door one evening. "Rent's late again, Thompson." "And who's this freeloader?" Alex stepped in, his voice calm but commanding. "I'll handle it." To Emily's shock, he pulled out a wad of cash from his pocket, enough to cover 2 months' rent. "Where'd you get that?" she demanded later. Alex shrugged. "Savings. I owe you." But his eyes darted away, and Emily's suspicions grew. Who was this man? Why was he really here? As days turned into a week, emotional layers peeled back. Emily opened up about her struggles, the grief over her parents, the fear of failing Tommy, the loneliness that gnawed at her soul. Alex listened, really listened, sharing bits of his own past, a wealthy family he distanced himself from, a life of privilege that felt empty. "I ran away from it all," he confessed one night over cheap wine. "Needed to see the real world. Their conversations deepened, sparks flying in the quiet moments. Tommy adored him, calling him Uncle Alex, and Emily felt a warmth she hadn't known since before the accident. But doubt crept in. Was he using her? Or was this the connection she'd prayed for? The first major challenge hit like a freight train. Tommy fell ill with a high fever, and the doctor's bill was astronomical. Emily panicked, tears streaming as she rifled through empty drawers for spare change. Alex vanished that afternoon, only to return with a prescription and groceries. How? She asked, bewildered. He smiled faintly. Friends in high places. But the secrecy strained their budding trust. Emily confronted him. I can't do this if you're lying to me. Alex's face crumpled. I'm not who you think. But please, give me time. Relatable in her vulnerability, Emily represented every struggling single parent out there, fierce, flawed, and fighting. Alex, mysterious yet kind, mirrored those who've lost their way in success. Their relationship built slowly, with tender moments, Alex teaching Tommy guitar, Emily showing him her sketches. But tension mounted when Emily's ex-boss called, offering her old job back, but only if she relocated. It's a fresh start, she told Alex, heartbreaking. He looked devastated. Don't go. Not yet. The turning point came during a city blackout. Huddled by candlelight, Alex finally broke. I'm not just Alex. I'm Alexander Harrington, the heir to Harrington Industries, a billionaire tech empire. Emily's world spun. What? You were pretending? Tears welled. No, he insisted. I was mugged for real, but I chose to stay hidden. Running from a life of boardrooms and betrayals. Meeting you, it's shown me what's real. He revealed he'd been funding anonymous charities, but personal connections terrified him after a painful divorce. Hurt and angry, Emily kicked him out. You lied. We were just your little experiment. Tommy cried, confused. Alone again, Emily wrestled with betrayal, her heart shattered. Days blurred in misery, bills mounting once more. But then, a knock, Alex, soaked again, this time from her tears mirroring the rain. I love you, Emily. And Tommy. Let me prove it. He handed her documents, a trust fund for Tommy's education, a job offer at his company for her, real graphic design work, no strings. But more than money, he offered his heart, stripped of secrets. Resolution unfolded with healing. Emily forgave, not for the wealth, but for the man who'd fixed more than faucets, he'd mended her spirit. They faced challenges together, navigating his family's disapproval, blending worlds of poverty and privilege. Emily's designs flourished, Tommy thrived, and Alex found purpose beyond billions. In a quiet wedding, surrounded by friends, Emily whispered, "You were my mysterious miracle." Years later, as they watched Tommy graduate, Emily reflected on that rainy night. Life's twists teach us trust, kindness, and second chances. Viewers, if this story touched you, the way a simple act sparked unbreakable love, hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiring journeys. Remember, in your darkest hour, a stranger on your couch might just be the hero you need. Keep believing, miracles hide in plain sight. But wait, that's just the beginning of their tale. As Emily and Alex built their life, more trials tested them. Alex's family, the Harringtons, were old money titans, their mansion in the Hamptons a far cry from Emily's cramped apartment. His mother, Victoria, a sharp-tongued socialite, viewed Emily as a gold digger. "She's using you, darling," she'd sneer during tense dinners. Emily, proud and independent, refused to back down. "I loved him when I thought he was broke," she'd retort, her voice steady despite the knots in her stomach. One evening, at a lavish gala Alex insisted they attend, Emily felt like an imposter in her borrowed gown. Whispers followed her, "Who's the charity case?" Overwhelmed, she fled to the balcony, tears stinging. Alex found her, wrapping her in his arms. "You're my anchor, Em. Not them." That night, he confronted his family, choosing love over legacy. Victoria, softened by his resolve, eventually warmed, sharing stories of her own humble beginnings. It was a slow resolution, but family bonds mended, teaching Emily that wealth couldn't buy acceptance, only authenticity could. Meanwhile, Tommy struggled with the change. Uprooted to a fancy school, he faced bullies mocking his rags to riches story. "You're just lucky your sister hooked a rich guy," they'd taunt. Heartbroken, Tommy withdrew, grades slipping. Emily and Alex tackled it head-on, family therapy sessions where raw emotions poured out. "I miss our old life," Tommy admitted. Alex shared his own childhood isolation amid opulence. Together, they volunteered at shelters, grounding Tommy in gratitude. He blossomed, using his experiences to start a school club for underprivileged kids, turning pain into purpose. Emily's career soared, but not without hurdles. Her first big project at Harrington Industries, a rebranding campaign, hit snags when a jealous colleague sabotaged her designs. Accused of plagiarism, Emily's confidence shattered. "Maybe I don't belong here," she confided in Alex. He supported her investigation, uncovering the truth. Cleared, Emily presented triumphantly, earning respect. It reinforced her resilience. Challenges weren't roadblocks, but stepping stones. Their love deepened through quiet moments. Picnics in the park echoing their humble start, late-night talks about dreams. But a health scare tested them, Alex diagnosed with stress-induced heart issues from his high-stakes world. Emily nursed him, role reversal strengthening their bond. "You saved me first," he whispered. Recovery brought balance, Alex delegated more, prioritizing family. As seasons changed, so did their family. Emily discovered she was pregnant, joy mingling with fear. "Can we handle this?" she worried. Alex's eyes shone. "Together, we can handle anything." Their daughter, Lily, arrived amid laughter and tears, a symbol of new beginnings. Reflecting on it all, Emily often thought back to that couch. Life's mysteries unfold when we open our doors and hearts. The inspiring message? Kindness invites miracles, trust heals wounds, love conquers divides. No matter your struggles, a single act can rewrite your story. So, viewers, if this epic journey moved you, like, subscribe, and share your own kindness stories in the comments. Who knows? Your miracle might be waiting just outside. Yet the story didn't end there. As Lily grew into a curious toddler, Emily and Alex faced the ultimate challenge, a corporate scandal threatening Harrington Industries. Leaked documents accused Alex of insider trading, fabricated by a rival executive seeking revenge. Headlines screamed, "Billionaires fall from grace," paparazzi hounding their home. Emily stood by him, but doubt flickered. "Is there more you're hiding?" she asked, voice trembling. Alex, innocent but burdened, worked tirelessly to clear his name. Emily dove in, using her design skills to visualize evidence timelines, uncovering the rival's digital trail. Together, they presented to the board, exposing the fraud. Vindication came, but not without cost, lost partnerships, strained friendships. It taught them vulnerability, even billionaires bleed. In the aftermath, they downsized, moving to a cozy home blending comfort and simplicity. Emily launched her own design firm, empowering single moms with jobs. Alex focused on philanthropy, funding programs for the homeless, like the man he'd pretended to be. Tommy, now a teen, pursued engineering, inspired by Alex's tech world. Lily's laughter filled their days, a reminder of life's fragility and beauty. Through it all, Emily's mantra echoed, "We choose our paths, but kindness lights the way." Their story, from couch to castle and back to heart, inspired millions via Emily's blog. Viewers, embrace the unknown, your mysterious man, or moment, might transform everything. Like and subscribe for more. Your support keeps these tales alive. And as years rolled on, their legacy grew. Emily wrote a best-selling memoir, The Couch That Changed Everything, donating proceeds to orphanages. Alex mentored young entrepreneurs from disadvantaged backgrounds. Tommy invented affordable housing tech. Lily became an artist capturing human emotions. One rainy night, decades later, an elderly Emily and Alex sat on that same old couch, now in their living room museum of memories. Who knew? Emily whispered. Alex squeezed her hand. I did, the moment you opened the door. The end? Not really. Stories like theirs ripple forever. Inspiring message: in poverty or plenty, single or surrounded, let kindness in. It might reveal the billionaire within us all, not in wealth, but in spirit. Thank you for joining this journey. Like, subscribe, and spread the love.